Hey guys, this is Stephanie and I'm Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. Today I'm coming to you guys with a little bit of an unboxing and a update Monday reads. Basically I put in an order for Book Depository and they sent me like every book individually wrapped. So I am going to get those, and I ordered them probably 3 weeks ago. So it took them a while to get them to me, which is actually fine. But that is why I hadn't quite hauled them as of yet. I am going to talk about a couple of books that I have read first, and then I'm going to get to that. I'm actually going to talk about 9 books, but I'm going to talk about them pretty quickly. First one is going to be Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I did this as a buddy read with a couple friends of mine who have had a little bit of extra time since the COVIDs have hit the world. We've been meeting on Zoom and talking about it, and this is a reread for me. It was 5 stars. It was one of the best books that I read last year. And it's one of the best books I read this year too. This is like a 5-star read. I love this book. It was one of the best books I read last year, this and the sequel. We will get to the sequel with this group, but we kind of switched off to a different book. But we will get back to this and be reading Starsight soon. If you didn't know, Brandon Sanderson is one of my favorite authors. And this is a YA sci-fi book where we're following a girl named Spencer who lives on a very far away planet, and her father was in the military, was a pilot protecting this planet from these aliens that attack them, and he was actually killed, but he was branded a coward when he died. So she's spending her whole life pushing against that and proving that he's not a coward and she's not a coward, and she's brave and she's intelligent, and it's a really, really good story, and it's about redemption. It's a good redemption story. I also did pick up one graphic novel. I actually have a huge stack of these upstairs, and my library is not taking books back till July, so I have a few more weeks before I need to get those back. But Giant Days, and I can't remember who recommended this, but it was somebody off a BookTube channel who said this is one of the funniest graphic novel series ever, and I would agree. I was laughing the whole time. I thought it was great. I think I gave it a 4 stars personally, and a 4 stars technically. There wasn't much of a plot, but I kind of didn't care. It's just about these girls who are in college together, and they're kind of rooming together, and they kind of meet, and then just the weird and random things that happen. But the girls have such defined personalities, and they're all nutty in their own way, and I enjoy it. I will be reading more of this for sure. I'm also going to talk about Furthermore by Tahereh Mafi. This was actually the book. I don't know if I got a second book read during the spring reading rush. I almost said Booktubeathon. And I liked this. It was cute. I gave it a 3.3 personally, maybe a 3.0 technically. The only other thing by Tahereh Mafi I've read is Shatter Me. I didn't like that. But this is more middle grade. In this book, we're following a girl named Alice who has no color, and she lives in a very colorful world, and she kind of goes on a journey to find her father who disappeared years ago, and she's going with a boy who she doesn't really like, but she cannot go by herself. She needs his help. So it's a journey story, which I generally enjoy. I will say sometimes Alice was a bit of a punk. Actually, oftentimes she was a bit of a punk, and I didn't care for that. But I did like the visual that this book gives you. It was beautiful. It was fun. It was creative. I enjoyed that. I might read the next one. I don't know. I haven't decided. Next, we have Sophia, Princess Among Beasts. And this is by James Patterson and Emily Raymond. And this was a book club pick. I gave this one a 2.0, technically, and a 2.0 personally. This was a book club pick. My book club read it, and I don't think any of us really liked it that much. It wasn't very good. I think that's why we didn't like it. It was very blah and very forgettable. I'm looking at my notes to remember what I said. Basically, I said it was blah and forgettable. And there were lots of unanswered questions. Everything jumped around a bunch. I often thought I was lost or pages were stuck together because I didn't understand what I was reading. This is true. I didn't really like it. So this is a forgettable book. If you liked it, congratulations. I did not. I also read Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart, and then I read Queen of Ruin, which is the sequel. I read both of them, not at the same time, one then the other. This was a buddy read I did with Serenity Dawn. Actually, both of them, we read them together. And this was actually pretty good. It really surprised me. I was not expecting to like this book as much as I did. The first one, I gave it a 4.1 personally, like maybe a 4.0 technically. The second one, I gave a 4.2 personally and a 3.9 technically. I'm not going to talk a lot about the second one because, you know, spoilers. But the first one, basically we have two sisters. She was basically raised to be a concubine for the king or prince, or one of the two. And her whole existence, she was trained to be beautiful and be chosen to be a concubine, because who wouldn't want that? And then her sister's kind of like her maidservant. She dresses her and does her hair and blah, 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 blah. Well, they get to the place where they're like, okay, we're going to choose who's going to be the next concubine USA. And their big trick upon tricks, they don't choose Serena, who's been training for this her whole life. They choose her handmaid, Nomi, instead, to be the new concubine. And Nomi, she don't want to be that. She's a bit of a feminist. And Serena is so, like, willing to do whatever and anything she needs to do to be the most beautiful, the best, the whatever. And that doesn't happen. They pick the other sister, which is crazy. It's never happened before. And then, I won't spoil too much, Serena gets sent away to another place because of something. And the sisters are no longer together. And the sisters kind of have to figure out who they are as individuals, not as sisters. So it is a pretty good book. It really surprised me. I liked the writing. I liked the plot. I will say the end of the second one, the climax of the book happened. And then we had like 4 more chapters. And I was like, no, you should have wrapped some of this up before. It just took too long to wrap up the book. I know they want to wrap it up with a nice pretty bow, and I get that, but that I was like, if you would have just ended it like 2 chapters, it would have been fine. But 4 was a little much. But if you like fantasy, if you like strong female characters, you would like these books. It was a pretty solid series, to be honest. I also read Morgan's Cross by Nora Roberts. This is the book 1 of the Circle trilogy. And you don't see a lot of Nora Roberts on this channel, and there's a reason for that. I'm not a huge fan, but again, book club pick. It was okay. This is kind of a book about like a group of people that get together to crusade to fight Lilith, who is like Queen of the Vampires. And it just, there's a lot of convenient things that happen in this book. There are quite a few characters I actually did enjoy, and I feel like the scenes with those characters I like. The scenes, however, without those characters were like water torture to read. So I feel like with her writing, I either really like some of it or I really don't like some of it. I think I gave it a 3.5. It was fine. I do think my book club's going to want to read the next 1 or 2 in the series because it does leave you at a pretty big cliffhanger, but it was okay. I just don't know if I'm made for Nora Roberts, but I'll try. And then I read 2 romance-ish books. Now here's the thing. I think, I've always said I don't like romance books. I think I don't mind them. I think what I don't like is romance that's not very well written and predictable. I think I do like romance when it has a really good plot and characters that develop. That's what I think. So maybe romance has nothing to do with the books I don't like. Maybe I just don't like books that are badly written. Maybe that's what it is. The first one I read was Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. This is like my 3rd or 4th Christina Lauren. I liked this one. I think I gave it 4.2 stars personally and technically. Here's the thing with this one. This is about a girl who is like on a trip for her 18th birthday. She goes to England and meets a guy and they fall in love. And then a thing happens. And I was doing this as a buddy read with Serenity Dawn. And we were like, well, either this, or this is going to happen. And it was the 3rd thing that happened. The one that we didn't think was actually going to happen. We thought the other 2 things would happen. But no, it was the one we didn't really think was going to happen, but we did throw it out. And I liked that. I liked that it wasn't one of the obvious things. And I liked where the book went from there. It was unexpected. It was different. It was more original. And I think that's what I like about Christina Lauren's writing is she comes up with original plots with good characters who develop and change. And then she has some romance in there. And I can live with it. I can live with that. I did like this one. This one had family ties, family relationships. It, of course, had love because it's a romance novel. But it also had growth and humor and quite a few other things. I did enjoy this one. So if you like more romancy books, you'll probably enjoy it. But even if you like books that are just pretty good books, very quick reads, you'd probably enjoy this one too. And the last one I read was P.S. I Like You by Casey West. And this is one Serenity told me I would like. She said I would like some Casey Wests. So you might see some of those showing up here and there. I did give this one a 4.0 personally, and a 4.0 technically. This was very predictable, but it was a very cute YA romance. It takes place with a girl who's in high school, and she kind of gets an accidental pen pal of somebody who she shares a desk with for chemistry. I don't remember the class, but they share a desk. Because they share a desk, like, she writes a note, and then the other person writes a note, and she writes a note, and they start to develop this friendship. And I mean, I'm not going to give it away, because if you start the book, you're going to be like, I see 100% where this is going. But it was very sweet, and the characters were still very likable, and there was a lot about it I really did like. I will definitely be reading more Casey West. What am I in the middle of? Dangerous Alliances. This is an ostentatious romance. What's cute about this is it takes place like during Jane Austen days, when she was just writing her books as, I think, a lady or something like that. And so our main character, and I'm a little over halfway through, this is also a book club pick, which we already talked about, but I didn't get it read in time. Yep. It's about a girl whose sister is getting a divorce. And that means that if they want to keep the property and the family that they have, she has to get married. Otherwise, she's had a very, like, la-di-da life. She does what she wants. If she doesn't want to get married, she doesn't get married. Who cares? She got money. So it's a little predictable because it's kind of a romancy. But it's really cute because she, like, quotes Jane Austen books in this. And that is cute and very fun. And the characters are really fun. And it's kind of simple and it's a pretty quick read. I am enjoying it, but I will finish it. A couple other I'm in the middle of is Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella, which I think this is hilarious. I probably am just gonna read the whole series eventually, but I really do like this one. I'm only a quarter of the way into it, but I very, very much enjoy it. I think our main character, she has problems adulting, but she's pretty fun. And then apparently my bookmark fell out of this one. Persuasion by Jane Austen. This one I started during the reading rush, and I got like halfway through, and then I didn't finish it. I need to finish it. It is a little bit slower than the other Jane Austens I've read, but I am enjoying it. Another book club pick I didn't finish. You guys seen a pattern here? There's a pattern here. Shadowfell by Juliette Marillier. I will finish this one as well. I actually am doing no buddy reads for a few weeks, and I'm going to try to focus on finishing all of these books that I've started. I am about halfway through Winter. This is a reread, but I do want to get that finished this month so I can participate in April Sarah's readathon. And I have maybe 100 pages left of Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, which I am kind of reading, but I'm listening to with my husband. We just don't have as much time to listen to books now because I'm working again. Otherwise, I would just sit in there and we'd listen to books while he was working. It was fantastic. So those are books I'm going to be working on, hopefully for the next few weeks and finishing. I'm trying to not do that thing where I start books and then 2 years later finish them. I'm trying to finish them sooner than that. I'm a good person. Okay, so now I'm going to open up the books that I did buy, but this will go quick, I promise. Okay, so, I don't need a knife after all. They do the thing. Oh, and then it sticks to me. Oh, I forgot! It's like Christmas with all these books. And of Wendy Poplars. I picked these, this is a good story, because I love this series and I don't have a matching series for these books, the Anne of Green Gables books, and I really liked these covers. I thought they were really pretty. So I ordered the whole series with that cover. And then I get a note from Book Outlet that, so sorry, we ran out of one. So I am again one book short of a series. So I'll keep my eye on it and see if it gets back in stock. But you're going to see some of those books. And I'm going to be sad once again because I was trying to get the whole series in a non-pocketbook edition. Because I hate pocketbooks. And no, that's not going to happen. Oh, this one's pretty too. Anne's House of Dreams. They're really pretty and they're good size. And I like them. But I wouldn't say narrate. Oh, this is not one of the Anne of Green Gables. This is the Ruta Sepetys. This is her first book. The only one I haven't read. So I'm excited to read this one. I have no idea what it's about. But I know I like the author. So that's enough for me. They sent me every book individually. This one's another single. Oh, I know what this one is. I remember this one. I'm excited about this. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I read this last year and loved it. And all I wanted to do is get a beautiful copy of it. And I think I saw this one on Murphy Napier's, oh, this is pretty, bookshelf. And I thought, where could I get that? Book Depository is where you get a pretty book like that. It's so beautiful. That's nice. And another bookmark. Seriously, they sent me all these in individual boxes. I have a bajillion bookmarks. I should just throw them away. That's what I should do. Or maybe take them to the library. My library has a little like cup thing at the checkout where you can put bookmarks. Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. This is a beautiful copy. I mean, it's a movie poster copy. Can you guys believe? Oh, it's so nice. Look at that. It's a movie poster copy. I never buy movie poster copies, but I liked the movie. It wasn't as good as the book. I mean, if you've read the book, you know the book's better than the movie, but the movie's still pretty great. A Question of Holmes. I think this is the fourth and final in the Sherlock Holmes novels. I think. I'm excited about that one. I do need to read the other three before I read the fourth one. It's just good judgment to do it in order. Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. So pretty. I love these books. So I think I have Windy Poplars, House of Dreams, Green Gables, which means I need Avonlea, and oh, there's another one. Anne of the Island. This one's Anne of the Island. Isn't that a pretty one? Such a pretty one. Yeah, so I guess maybe, I don't know if that one was also out of stock, because I think the one that they told me was out of stock might have been Anne of Ingleside. So maybe I need both of those now. They are very pretty books. I do like them a lot. I just want the whole series to match. It's a series that I like, and I've read enough that I would like them to match. And the last one I got is Paper Girls Volume 1, because Mark got me Volume 2 a couple years ago. And you need to start with Volume 1. I have read them all, though. They're very, very good. That's it. That is all. I think the book I'm most excited to read is Out of the Easy, because I think I've read all the other ones that I got. Except the Sherlock Holmes one, but that's the fourth in the series, so I'll wait my turn with that one. But that is everything I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and I might have to check and see if Anne of Avonlea is still coming or not. I don't know. I lost track of the books, because there were a couple that I ordered that they were like, oh, it's not coming. And Book Depository is known for free shipping, not quick shipping. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm right. So please feel free to let me know down below what you are currently reading, and if you are enjoying it, I would love to know. Feel free to like, feel free to subscribe, and hopefully I'll be back to you guys fairly soon with another video. Goodbye. My fingers are purple. My fingernails are purple. I was scratching my head and I just got my hair done, so my fingers are purple. It's okay. I can live with it. I did get purple on my white dog, though. I was petting her, I was scratching her, and I'm like, is that purple? Oh, yes, it was. It'll go away once I wash it. Bye.